My friend committed suicide while on the phone with me and I only found out now. First and foremost, I want to pay tribute to Samson, fake name, a deeply caring individual who had a profound love for his younger brothers. Despite my current feelings of grief, I take solace in knowing that he is no longer suffering or in pain. On February 17, 2021, I was on a call with my online friend, Samson. I was aware that he struggled with substance addiction from a young age, and his situation had only worsened over the years. Despite his occasional disappearances due to his involvement with juvie and jail since he was 14, our friendship remained strong. During our conversation, we caught up on work and our current lives. That day, he seemed to be doing better and acted more like his usual self. As his rap music played in the background, he would occasionally turn on his camera to show me something of interest. While I knew he was under the influence of substances to some extent, this was always the case. Sadly, my suspicions were confirmed in the most devastating way when he asked me, how much coke is too much coke? He would often ask such absurd questions for his own amusement, knowing that I had never encountered illicit drugs. Naively, I responded with something like, "How would I know, Samson?" We laughed it off. But then, he said, "Wake me up if I fall asleep. I want to keep talking to you." Approximately 4 minutes later, the call grew silent, and I heard his phone drop. I did as he asked and began loudly speaking into my microphone, hoping to rouse him. I continued this for the next 10 minutes before ending the call and attempting to call him repeatedly for another 10 minutes. But there was no response. Panic started to consume me, and in an attempt to calm myself, I sought distractions. I didn't know any of Samson's friends or family, and my search yielded no results. Struggling to maintain my sanity, I assumed he had vanished again and would resurface in another 6 months or so. However, there was only silence. I kept messaging his account desperately hoping for a response, but received none. Today, I checked once more and even searched for his mugshot, as I believed it would be removed from the internet if he was deceased. Not finding it, I turned to search for an obituary and stumbled upon one that listed his full name, surname, and his parents' names. In an act that I now consider eerie, I looked them up on Facebook, only to find that they were his parents. I delved further and discovered photos of him with comments filled with RIP. Other pictures contained his birth and death dates, February 17, 2021. I can't help but hope that I wasn't the last person to hear his voice, and I pray that his grandmother, who was so dear to him, did not find him. He was just 22 years old. I feel a sickness within me, a deep, visceral anguish. Please, I implore you, check in on your friends. I am deeply sorry, Samson. I should have recognized the gravity of the situation, but I failed to do so.